Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Halo3 Productions. Right now I'm going to show you how to install Halo 2 Vista dedicated server for the PC. I recently showed, or actually maybe a little while ago, maybe like a few weeks ago, I put up a video on how to get Halo 2 Vista for free. If you haven't looked at that, I definitely would, because it'll show you where to get, all the Halo 2 stuff and get it up and running. But I'm showing you guys how to set up dedicated servers because I think it's a two-step process. Number one, you get people playing Halo 2. If you can't get people playing Halo 2, then what's the point of this? And then, obviously, if people are willing to set up dedicated servers for people to play. Right now, the servers that are up aren't exactly the greatest, or they're just kind of unmanaged. There are a few groups doing a few servers, but not a lot of the playlists are exactly great. I'd like to be able to set up an area where everyone's running roughly the same playlists, and of course custom games can be held for other game types that you guys want to play. But I've compiled nearly 100 game types. Actually, a playlist can only contain 100 files, as I'll talk about a little bit later, or if I decide to talk about it, because there is a README file for this whole thing that's actually not too hard to understand. It's pretty straightforward. But I've compiled a playlist of almost 100 game types, and I've looked at the original Halo 2 list from 2007, from January-ish. So I've put together some stuff from the actual Team Slayer, Team Training, Team Skirmish, and Team Hardcore. That's about all I could really fit, and not a lot of the game types were built in. Like Team Snipers wasn't even built in. The original variant was Snipers up to 15 free-for-all, so I had to kind of adjust. I tried my very best. I tried to be meticulous. I don't think I did the best, but I talked to people like FB or Alex, and he thought I did a good enough job. So either way, I've tried to get it as closely as possible to Halo 2 matchmaking. In Halo 2 Vista, there is a quick match option that you can use. How well it'll work out, I don't know, but you can automate the search. And if we can, we can contact the people that are running other servers right now, maybe they could take them down, or better yet, to come over to what we're doing. So that when you hit quick match, it's a unified search for the servers, and you'll join a random game of a random game type, or you could kind of adjust the search options or browse the server. So again, it's the whole idea is to try to make it as closely as possible to Halo 2 matchmaking, and try to, make it kind of a fun environment, and everyone's, again, yeah, it's just to play Halo 2 like it was before. I realize that it's a big task, but or not so much of a big task if each person put up one server, and if there were 20,000 people playing Halo 2 Vista, and you all going, oh, okay, I have a computer that I can dedicate to this, which it isn't at all a lot. The requirements are quite skimpy. Not that I would recommend the skimpy hardware that it does suggest as a minimum, but if you have anything at all to host, preferably 24/7, it'd be great. But if each person did, you have 20,000 servers times 8, which is 160,000. If my math isn't failing me, it's 160,000 possible people. I think there were like 10 or 20 or 30,000 people in Halo 2 previously, like a few years ago, before it was shut down. Well, I'm just kind of guessing. But if you hit, 50,000, there's not even that many people on Reach. So each person, if you put up one server, just one server, that would help immensely. I mean, even if we only came up with 500 or 1,000, I mean, I just would like to see some more servers come up. The reason I'm using this playlist, I've already created the playlist for you, so there's no work there. And I've already looked up all the stuff, or as much as I could find, but I just figured that this would be a nice, I mean, there's roughly 100 game types to shuffle through. It's all random order, so you'd get a different type of playlist, and you could also host custom games. So that way you can play what Halo 2 matchmaking was somewhat like, or what I mean. So I think it's a great start to, or a something, you want to call it a something towards getting Halo 2 back. If they don't make an XBLA version of it, and we're not really guaranteed it. So I figure this is the best we can do. So if you guys would really follow along with this, as best as I can explain it, and put some effort on your own end to look up error codes, because I can't troubleshoot every error code. I can't guarantee it's working. I can't even, you may doubt me a little bit now, but I can't even get it to work on the computer I'm showing it on right now, as there's no video, but I'm going to throw it up in a second. I've got a server up right now underneath inherent path something. You can use, and please remember when I say this because I got a lot of people commenting on the previous video, you can use Xbox Live Silver or Gold, obviously. But you can use Silver accounts to play Halo 2 Vista. You can use your original gamer tag. It doesn't matter. It's going through Games for Windows Live. There's nothing wrong with it. You're safe. It doesn't violate the terms of service by using the Halo 2 Vista that I provided with you. That should be enough guarantee that nothing's wrong with it. So you can use a Halo 2 Vista Silver account for multiplayer, your original gamer tag for achievements for campaign, however you want to do it. You can also host servers with the Silver account. The only thing I've had a little bit of trouble on, and I'm not sure if it's related to this, but I don't know if you can use the product key, or the product keys, actually there's tons of them I found out, like 1,500. I'm not sure if you can use the ones with the DLL and whatnot, but I guess I haven't really I haven't tried enough on the computer that I got working. I used a separate computer for hosting my server. Everything seems to work fine, doesn't seem to put a whole lot of stress on the computer, everything runs smoothly. Like I said, if you want to check it out, at least go use the server as much as possible. Like I said, it's on an inherent path. I try to keep it up as much as possible. I have it running in my playlist if you guys want to test it out. I mean, that would at least do that for me, just to show a little bit of support. You can, again, use Xbox 360 controllers, like a USB, like a wired one in your computer. It supports that, so you don't have to worry about using a mouse and keyboard. But mouse and keyboard isn't that bad. I'm not much of a PC FPS person, but it hasn't been too bad. Anyway, so we'll show you guys how to do this. There we go. Alright, so the first thing is I'll put some of the links in the description from the previous video, but is to download the Halo 2, preferably from that torrent or from the Rapid Share. I think it was Rapid Share. Whatever it was, I get all those sites confused, but from like a regular website download. So if you have an issue with torrenting, use that one, because that was the one I used. Because I downloaded it from the torrent, which also torrenting, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not illegal. It's what you're downloading can be illegal, and downloading just Halo 2 itself is not illegal. So you can download that one to ensure, or even use your DVD if you have it, if you somehow happen to have the real DVD. So go back to that folder that I provided, and all the files. I just put all the crap here into an update, because you may need some of this stuff, depending on your issue. I just go through all of it. So we're going to go back in the Halo 2, still click on startup.exe, and this time hit install dedicated server for Halo 2. And there will be a user account control box, which you can't see. It will tell you to just hit yes. And the installation is very, very, very simple. Just hit install, and we're done. Well, I probably sped that up. Actually, I know I'm going to, so that probably seemed really fast, or faster. It took me a good 30 seconds, but... Alright, so after we're done installing it, this is all command console based. That's the only unfortunate part, but there isn't too much to it. Trying to get used to this. You're probably wondering, what is this new crap here? It's, if you couldn't tell from the bottom right corner, this is Windows 8 release preview. It's free right now, and at least I know I have 7 months to use it, evaluation period. But the idea here is to go to your start menu and search for CMD or command, and then run it as administrator. Can't even say that right. And hit yes for the account control box. And then go back, find it. Just go to computer. I still haven't fully understood how to use this yet. I'm a little bad at it. Go to program files, the x86, or you may just have program files alone. Either way, look for Microsoft Games, Halo 2 dedicated server. Click that, try to get the path name, copy it. It's just easier if you just do this way. I could try to guess it, but it'd take too much. Type in the command console prompt, CD space, and right click, hit paste. You just want to change you want to point to this area. It's basically like browsing like I did here, but more cryptic. So then we're going to type in H2 server create service. It's going to run onto the next line, space live. So did all of that successfully. So exit the cool way. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to exit all of that, and then you're going to log off and log back onto your computer to reflect the changes. So I'm going to do that right now. Also, I should note, I've logged in again, but if you're a Windows 8 user, just Control-Delete it and hit sign out or something similar. So I would call it logging off, but it's now sign out because now we're starting to use cloud and this crap I'm still trying to wrap my mind around after using Windows for this many years. So go back to the command prompt. Come on. There it is. Jeez. CMD. What is administrator? I don't believe it's going to save my clipboard. No, it didn't. Come on. I have to go find the path again. So just go back to program files, x86, the works and whatnot. Copy the path. Paste it. Switched. Okay. And I believe the README is actually wrong. It says H2 admin, and that never works. So H2 server live, and this hopefully this goes right because I've had problems with this in the past. Yep. Okay. So you want to go into Task Manager quickly. This I'm not exactly sure why this happens. You just go, yeah, go to Task Manager, look for processes, look for Halo3 Vista, dedicated server. This might just due to my lack of understanding, but you want to, and the task. So just get anything that says Halo2 dedicated server out of the way. Retype the H2 server -live, and then it should give you back in, because there's some other console somewhere else that's running that I can't access. So I can't have that. So if that happens, just do what I did. Alright, so now we have the console running, everything's going, but we're not signed in yet. So you get to type status to take a look at it, what it's doing. It's for some reason I've installed this a few times to test it out before I actually did the tutorial, and for some reason it saves some of my settings. So the general idea here, again, I haven't gotten it working for this computer. Which is what I'm telling you is that I can't guarantee a successful deal, so you're going to have to put a little work in to try these weird quirks. First thing is to, I believe it'd be, bear with me, I'm just trying to remember this. Ah, there it is. Okay. You want to set, excuse me, you want to set your live key like that. I was just looking for it because it uses subcommands, which pisses me off. So you have to type live key, and then of course, you know, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. Shazam. So you'd have to set the 25 character product key. Again, you may actually need a legitimate product key for this, so that kind of filters out people, but Halo2 Vista is inexpensive, 10, 20 bucks. Can't imagine it being that expensive for people, especially considering we buy Call of Duty games that are roughly the same game every single year, and we pay 60 bucks for it and we're happy. So paying 15 bucks for Halo 2 shouldn't be that big of a deal. So you just want to set your product key, make sure you entered it correctly, because I don't think it's going to tell you if it's incorrect. I mean, you may, if you type in too many characters, yes, but so you set your product key, and then live, you want to, I would assume you can either type in sign in or auto sign in, which in case it fails, in case connection goes down, it'll reconnect, unless you have some reason you don't want to do that. So just type in your email, live auto signing, my email, and then when you type your password, nothing will come up. That's normal. Yes. I was just thinking about the one I used for my server. You actually would prefer not to use your the gamer tag you use a lot, or the one you primarily use, because I believe you could only have that one signed in at the same time, or you know, Windows or Xbox Live or games for Windows Live. Same thing if you're signing in with Xbox Live and you sign in to Games for Windows Live, you will get disconnected. So I'd prefer just to create some random silver account and then use that. That works fine. So then you make sure you type your password in correctly both times. Of course, it'll tell you if you didn't type the first one in, it's the same as the second. And then you type status to check it out. Again, I can't tell why it says offline because it just doesn't. It's not informative enough. I don't think they designed this well enough to at least tell me what's not working. But regardless, hopefully it should work. If that doesn't work for you, we can go back to the should be somewhere on my desktop here. The update, all the little random files I gave to you, you guys. You could run the update.exe. That's one other thing you could run, because that'll update like the Halo 2 server files and whatnot. And then installing games for Windows Live is also something I noticed that helped me. At least I think it helped me, because everything worked after that. I already have it installed, but this would be the web installer, so it would download and then would install. So run that, and then open Games for Windows Live. Sign in with the same ID that you're signing in for your server, and then minimize it, because I believe actually hitting X doesn't send it to the tray. It just closes the whole program. So just minimize it, and then try to sign in again, or play around with the order. Sign into Games for Windows Live, then this, or this, then that, or I don't know. Toy with it. See if that fixes it. Hopefully when you type status again, it should come up as online pre-game lobby. And then the last thing you're going to want to do is download the playlist file. It's an HPL file. When you get that, this will be a little different, because what it says playlist is in this path. It'll say My Games Halo 2 server, and then it should say, it's looking for a path that doesn't exist, which surprises me that it lets it do that. But there's a folder that isn't in place, so you'd want to go to Documents, My Games, Halo 2, and you're only going to see screenshots and maps. You're going to have to actually click New Folder, and then create server, and then drop I just called it example.htpl just to keep things simple. I just left it the same. So just drop it in here, and then just type play example.htpl, just say playlist loaded. So then that covers all your game types to allow your server to run. So anyway, that should pretty much do it. Again, I apologize, I couldn't get it. It looks bad on my end that I can't get it running on my own computer. And I don't believe you can run it. You can't play Halo 2 Vista and this Halo 2's dedicated server on the same computer. I believe there's some ways you can do it on a different account. Like if you create H2 server user account on your computer and your own administrator account, like for me here, a lot of this stuff on Windows 8 looks like Windows 7, but maybe that's going to change. Let me go to my control panel. If you're not familiar with that, you would go to your control panel, like Start menu, and it should be right there, Control Panel, and then this looks similar. And look for user accounts, and then manage another user account, add new user. This is great. Well, apparently I can't go any further with this, but the idea is just to do that. This, again, yeah, Windows 7 has a whole new idea of being awesome. So yeah, you just add a new user with administrative privileges to make it simple, and then just do the whole tutorial there. Again, it can get a little bit more complicated because there's multiple user accounts, but even that, if you don't have a really nice computer, it's gonna bog it down a bit. I noticed even on a quad core with a nice graphics card and things like that, decent hard drive, it's still slow. It still sucks. So to put it in I have a Pentium 4 hyper-threaded processor with a gig of RAM, which is the minimum actually. It does fine, absolutely just fine. So that is what I'm running it off. Or I guess if you don't have another PC but you're just determined, you could use a virtual PC. That would work, I think. I mean, I don't know your performance again. I haven't tried it. But But if you're going to go virtual PC route, you probably know as much as I do, or you know something about computers. So otherwise, keep it simple. Just use it on another computer. So other than that, then your playlist will be visible on Halo 2 Vista. You can browse for it in the server browser. You can join it. Of course, you will I would think you'd have somewhat of a connection advantage, since your ping is going to, for me, it's like 1 or 2 or 0, because it's in the same house. It's, since I have a local ISP, it's like a few miles and back to my wireless tower. So it's, or maybe even goes local. I'm not sure how the networking works, like underneath everything, how it will determine that. And at least I figure for hosting Halo 2 dedicated servers, no one has host advantage for the most part. Of course, I can't control what servers go up, what kind of hardware they run, how well performance they are. I can't control any of that. But at least we have some type of community effort to put out servers and do cool stuff, and at least make an effort to make Halo 2 rise again. I would really hope, though, if you're watching this, you're like, oh, this is cool, I'll do it later. I'd really hope that you try it out and just do it. Because if you're the type of kid who I see all the time on YouTube in the comment section complaining about Halo 2 and making some pointless, comment, which you could be spending your time on a forum where someone may actually hear it and someone may actually put it along to say, here's another person complaining. If you actually are going to complain that much, please do this. Otherwise, don't complain ever again, because I'm giving you an opportunity where everyone can join in and go, we all can make Halo 2 actually happen. So I don't know. If you don't put effort in, nothing will happen. And we won't see Halo 2 until a developer actually ports it, to the Xbox, or some type of magic happens. Because there's only so much, the community can do, and this is the most I think I can do. So anyway, if you guys were able to, understand what I've talked about, if I've explained it well, let me know in a comment, or, be free, talk, say something. But as far as error codes and stuff, you're going to have to use Google, you're going to have to use forums, you're going to have to research to some extent. That's what I do, especially when I'm getting into actually an IT internship. I'm going to have to research stuff. I'm going to have to figure things out. That's what I have to do. I can't just, post a comment and just hope someone instantly replies to me and has all the answers. That just doesn't happen. So, again, I really hope to see you guys put all this crap up, and hopefully we can play some Halo 2 together. Anyway, guys, peace out.